Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Rideshare Buddy UK and my name's Kevin. And today it's Monday, quite sunny and warm as a Monday, and I'm just doing a drive along video. Nothing special, got no advance bookings. I'm purposely keeping it a little bit quiet for the next couple of weeks just to get myself refreshed. But there we go, we're on comfort and priority only. I've turned off UberX. Not worth doing UberX, I just don't do it. Not going to get any comfort unless going to Cardiff. I'm not going to Chepstow today. It's Mondays are too quiet anywhere. I'm not going to run 14 miles to set up in Chepstow on a Monday. So, pottering around Newport, doing Uber priority mainly. And we'll see what we get now that the weather's beginning to turn nice again. Always does make things a little bit quieter, but we'll see what happens today. I'm not expecting a lot. It's 1 o'clock. I'm going to work through till about 8, so that's a 7-hour shift. Let's see if we can break £100 in 7 hours, which is becoming increasingly hard on Uber. It really is getting quite tough on Uber now. So the first task of the day, I've got 88 miles in the battery, 32%. Because it's quite warm today, it's 13 degrees outside, I'm going to go up to the BP to charge up, because it's faster chargers. At Tesla, if there is a space, getting harder to get a space at Tesla, I cap out at 98 kilowatt charging, because this is an 800 volt car. Up at BP, there's no such problem, and I can hit the full 150, which is what the chargers are. I'm waiting for my first 200 kilowatt charge of the year. I did a charge up yesterday, and it was quite pleasant. I think I was about 17 degrees, and I got 160 kilowatt. This car can do 220. So we should be back to the 20 to 30 minute charging times fairly soon, with the weather moving on and the year moving on. We'll see what happens. But let's get up to BP, get a quick charge in, and then we can start our shift. What I think I might do in the next couple of weeks is I'm going to do a shift in Cardiff just on comfort, and we'll see how busy comfort is in Cardiff. I'm not sure how busy it is. I've not done a specific comfort shift in Cardiff previously. You can only do comfort in Cardiff or Swansea. Why they don't do it in Newport, I don't know. We have the only 5-star hotel in Newport. We have the ICC in Newport, which is the Welsh International Convention Centre. Yeah, not quite sure why there's no comfort in Newport, especially when you look at the amount of American investment in Newport. We have a lot of American-based data centres. I pick up a lot of American consultants and engineers who stay at 4 and 5-star hotels in the area. They would, I think, appreciate a comfort level car, and I really think there'd be a market here for it. But why Uber doesn't do it, I don't know. Let's have a quick look at the stats. 84 miles. I'm averaging 4 miles per kilowatt hour at the moment. It's 31% and 14 degrees C. Let's get connected up to these 150 BP chargers and see what we get. And I'll go over and get my half-price coffee. Alright, so straight in at 68. It will get faster than that as it warms up. 37 minutes to 90%, so let's go out and get my coffee. Yeah, we're hitting around the 79 to 85 kilowatt mark, so not particularly fast today. I suppose it's still a little bit cool at 14 degrees C. It's been charging for 18 minutes, so it should have ramped up by now. But in the summer, these pumps, they're 150 kilowatt, and they'll generally pull out about 120 to 130, so that's not too bad. What I find is that when the outside temperature is around 17 degrees or above, that's when you hit 100 kilowatts and above. very fast charging. And then once you hit around 18, 19, you get the 130s, 150s, 200s. Below that sort of 17 degrees, it sort of slows down quite rapidly as the temperature cools. This is why when people ask me about an EV, I always say, never buy one unless you have battery heating. Because if you don't have battery heating, then the car's basically useless for 3 months of the year, because you're spending so much time in the charging station, and then you add on to that your 30% reduction in range, and it's not really a practical option in the cold months to make a profit on. So I would stick with a hybrid. If I had a family and kids to support, I would be in a hybrid right now, not an EV. Probably a little bit different if you can charge at home, but if you can't charge at home, it's not really yet a viable option, especially for longer distance trips. When you head out into the wilds of Wales, you really do start hitting some charging deserts, and what chargers are available are very slow chargers and not suitable for a working man or woman to do a job on. But yeah, that's my rant over. I always tell people, if you go an EV, if you can't charge at home, make sure you've got a battery heater. If you don't have a battery heater, walk away from any deal that's being offered to you. You will get frustrated in the winter. As you can probably tell from some of my videos during the winter months. Getting lots of compliments about the smell of my car at the moment. I'm using the Airwick Pure, and it's a Mediterranean sun. And it is very nice. I'm not being sponsored. It's just that people have been mentioning how nice the car smells. So it's got real overtures of an orange smell. And it is really, really nice. So might replace this one with another Mediterranean sun. The problem is, Airwick and Pure and a lot of these air freshener places, it neutralises odours, really, really good for things like sick and dog and weed and stuff like that. So the other thing is they keep changing the recipe. So when you find a nice one, it's really quite limited before they swap it out. But that's a nice one, Mediterranean sun. I've also bought some sick bags from Amazon. They've got an absorbent paper and gel in the bottom to soak up the liquid. Did that because last week I picked up a mother and child from Caldecott, bringing them into Newport. It was a long trip. It was quite warm, and the child was feeling quite sick, and I had nothing, no bags or anything for them to be singing to. Fortunately, they didn't. They made it home. But I bought a pack of these off Amazon. I think they're about £5 for 20 or something like that. So I've always got a sick bag now, which I never had before. But that's not for the adults. That's really for children or travel sickness, not for people who want to puke because they've drunk too much. Right, we are warming up. We're hitting 122 kilowatts. So things are warming up, 14 minutes, and we can be on our way and start earning money. Right, we've charged up to 90%. We're all set ready for today's work. 259 miles in the battery. We are slowly heading back up towards the 300-mile range at 90%. Over the next couple of weeks, as the weather gets warmer, that will start to increase. That charge took 34 minutes. Charge cost, if I was a normal Pulse subscriber, would have been $29.28. But with an Uber, you get a 20% discount or thereabouts. So knock £6 off that. It'd be about £23 for that charge. So let's head down to Dufferin and start today's shift. Right, so it's taken about an hour to get myself set up and ready to actually start earning money. So that's an hour on my shift, which normally happens unpaid. But, well, it will be paid and be taken into account when I work out the hourly rates. But that's what you've got to do with EVs. You've got to take into account the charging times. So, we're heading down to Dufferin. Priority only shift. 2 o'clock. Schools will start kicking out in about an hour, and that's when it really starts to get busy. But it is nice weather. I don't expect to do more than £100 today in those 6 hours. If I do more than 60, I'll be happy. If I can turn over 10 quid an hour today on a Monday when it's sunny, I think you're doing all right. It's not good news at all with Uber at the moment. Saying that, I did have quite a good day yesterday, Sunday. About 80% of the work was from Uber. I went into Chepstow because I had a monster truck show on. So I had 6 jobs, which brought in £130 because they were quite good jobs. And being the only car in the area, the rates weren't too bad at all. And there were walkers are back. So you look at a lot of people will stay overnight at Chepstow, and then they'll walk up to Tinton or a little bit further up the Wye Valley, along the Wye Valley Walk, and then they'll get a taxi back. And if they walk up to Tinton, up to say the Tinton Abbey, back into Chepstow, you're looking at about £17-18. And it only takes you about 10 minutes out there, and about 10 minutes back. So I'm expecting to get quite good once the walking starts, the walking season arrives over at Chepstow. We'll see what happens. The next race meeting, I think, is in 2 weeks. But next month, in April, the horse show jumping starts. So there might be a few jobs coming out of the show jumping arena down there, the David Broom Centre. We'll wait and see. I've not done that before. It may happen, may not. We'll see what happens. But it's definitely paid off having Chepstow bought into Wales, because most of the busy locations, like the railway station, like Tesco's, like the pubs and restaurants, were all in the wrong side of the Welsh border for Uber. So Uber was sending them to England. But now it's back in Wales. It's not too bad. So it's 4 minutes till 3. I haven't done a job yet. That's an hour I've been waiting for a job and nothing's happened. I'm just seeing the taxi minibuses and cars heading off down towards the school. So with the school drivers now heading off, we should hope to get things a little bit busier. But really, until the schools start kicking out and all the taxi drivers go off on their school contract ones, it's not good. Especially when it's nice weather, because people will walk rather than getting a taxi. Hopefully things will pick up. But as I say, I'll be happy if I do £60 today. I doubt I'll do 100. Not with weather like this. Well, I've pulled up and I was about to get out and stretch my legs and do a bit of exercising. And my first job has come in.
And take the 3rd exit onto Penclan Way.
From the Dragonfly at Lakeside Drive out to Cardiff. So let's get the old music on the go and follow me on my daily trip. I might stay in Cardiff when I get there. We'll see what the traffic's like. Ha! Bet that fooled you. I bet you was expecting some music and some road tripping. Things are so bad, it's not really worthwhile doing it. It's 4 o'clock. All I've done is that one job from Lakeside Drive out to Ridney, something like that, I don't know. Only for £13.60. However, I have picked up an OTS last minute job from Bristol Airport down to Crescent. Plane's due at 25 to 7, so it's now 4 o'clock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my base away from Dufferin and servicing all the technical parks around here, and I'm going to go up to Mega, and I may even go to Chepstow. I want to be on the other side of the tunnels because I'm going to have to go probably about 5:30. And I don't want to be stuck in the M4 traffic. So I may go up to Chepstow and see what's happening in Chepstow for a little bit, and then I can shoot down the M48 and go that way, which tends not to have too much traffic on. So that's what I think I'm going to do. It's 4 o'clock, well, 16:03. I'm going to head over, first out towards Mega, and then I might go up to Chepstow and then come down to the airport. Get to the airport for about 6:30. Give me time to go to the loo and freshen up. It's not meet and greet. There's just the one guy coming out with hand luggage. He'll text me when he's ready. I'll go around and pick him up at the drop and go car park. And then that's a trip out to the Premier Inn at Clantrisant, paying £80. So that's not too bad for about 50 miles for OTS. So that's going to be a game saver, or a day saver even, for me today. But let's head off. Let's go to the other side of Newport, away from the traffic, and that was Grimsglass Tunnels, and see if we can pick up at least 1 or 2 jobs before we need to head down to the airport. Okay, so it's 25 to 5, and I'm now at Mega Services. So I can wait for about an hour here in the hope I'll get a job out towards Bristol Airport. So what are the chances? Well, I do pick up regular from Mega Services, but they tend to either go to Chepstow or down to Newport. One of them visits friends who stayed at the Days Inn, and the other couple work at McDonald's. So if the guy from the visiting his friends at the Days Inn comes in, I'll take it up to Chepstow. I shan't go back into Newport because there's too much traffic. The other option is, if it was a Thursday, there's a good chance of getting an airport coming out of the, I think it's Carlsberg Brewery, or a brewery just over the road there. It's not though, it's Monday. Their contractors and consultants are flying into the brewery, not flying back home to Amsterdam. So that's not likely to happen. T-Mega might give me an airport one, or Bristol one, or something like that. We'll wait and see. So there's a couple of little local options, but the way things have been going today, it's not going to happen. I mean, £13.64, and I've been out almost 4 hours. Ooh, ouch. This OTS job is really going to save the shift today. Right, so there we are, end of day. It's 5 minutes past 8. I've just dropped off at the Premier Inn at Clantrisant. 2 jobs I've done today. The first one was with Uber. Let's have a look at that. I got paid £13.64, and it was 7.6 miles. £13.64 for 7.61 miles. And that second job I've just done was £80 for 57 miles. So £93.64. It's 8 o'clock. It's going to be 8:30, 8:45 before I get home. I might, but I doubt it, just flick on the Uber and see if I can do that last £7. Take up to 100. But to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to bother doing it. It's probably no work. But let's get out home. Thanks for watching. I'll put up a little bit of a montage of places I've been today with some music at the end of the video for you if you want to watch that. But that's it. Not a great day. The worst day I've ever had on Uber since I started over 18 months ago. Things can only get better. So till next time, safe driving and make that profit. Okay, just a final update. I'm just coming back to home now. It's 20 to 9. So I've been out just over 7.5 hours. I've earned £97.80 or thereabouts before any deductions for expenses. I've got 97 miles left in the battery, which is 38%. I've averaged 4 miles per kilowatt hour, and in total I've done 143 miles for that £97.80. So that's all of the stats for the end of the day.
Leave me like cloth on a hanger, let me get eaten by prey. All I can lose has been taken away. Hey, 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 don't mind me. We both know what they say. She was a stupid, stupid girl anyway. Walk on by while the pavements bleed. If you're not made of steel, we let go of faded promises. We all know what they'll say. Hey, hey, hey. She was a stupid girl anyway. She had it coming. Leave no trace, bend the rules. Tell my daughter mom's gone mad. What is my legacy if not that? In a world that's gone bad. I'm not bothered by efficiency. We all got a pace. Listerine as amphetamine won't leave. Once we get the taste, days turn into years of waste. Sun's got sky and clouds and rays, while you got nothing.